some way inside you, there are tears you held back alone, and God saw everyone fall inside you long before you understood why they were. There are tears you wiped quickly, so no one would notice. Tears you swallowed, because the moment wasn't safe enough to let them fall. Tears that stayed behind your eyes for days, weeks, maybe years. And then there were the tears. He didn't cry at all, but your heart did. Listen, not all tears fall down your face. Some fall inward. Some fall silently. Some fall where only God can see. And those are the tears that shape you the most. Psalms 56:8 says, "You have collected all my tears in your bottle, not just the visible ones, not just the dramatic ones, the hidden ones, the quiet ones, the ones you fought back because you didn't want to break in front of anyone." And that means something. God has never missed a single tear. You cried internally. Listen, there were moments you didn't have time to fall apart. Moments where life demanded strength you didn't have. Moments he held everything in, because collapsing felt dangerous or embarrassing or too heavy to recover from. So you held yourself together with shaking hands and a tired heart. People saw your calm. God saw your trembling. People saw your patience. God saw the storm inside you. People saw you functioning. God saw the tears your soul was shedding with every step. Listen, some tears come from heartbreak, some from disappointment, some from exhaustion, some from betrayal, some from loneliness that sits so deeply. It feels like part of your identity, and some tears come from the fear that nothing will ever change. But God saw everyone. He saw when your heart broke, and you told no one. He saw when you tried to be strong, but something inside you was quietly collapsing. He saw when you tried to pray, but your throat tightened, and nothing came out except silence. God doesn't need your tears to fall to understand your pain. He already knows the story behind every hidden tear. Listen, you've carried emotions you didn't know how to name. You've held memories that still sting when they come back unexpectedly. You've walked through seasons where your heart felt heavier than your body could ever show. And somewhere along the way, you learned to cry inwardly because the world didn't feel like a place where your vulnerability would be safe. But heaven was a safe place all along. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted." Not close when they express it. Not close when they speak it. Close when they feel it. Close in the moment. Your heart trembles silently. Close in the moment. You swallow the tears because you don't want to burden anyone. Close in the moment. Your chest tightens and you pretend it's nothing. Close in the moment. You smile. So no one asks questions. You don't have the energy to answer. Listen. Your silent tears were not invisible. They were seen. They were heard. They were felt by the one who has never misunderstood you. God knows the tears you cried in childhood that shaped the way you love today. God knows the tears you cried over losses you never fully processed. God knows the tears you cried in relationships where you gave more than you received. God knows the tears that came from being strong too long, and He knows the tears you are still holding back. Even now, listen. The healing God is bringing to your life didn't start today. It started in the moments you didn't realize He was holding you up. It began when He steadied your breathing during nights He tried not to fall apart. It began when He softened a blow He thought would destroy you. It began when He whispered peace into a heart that had forgotten what peace felt like. It began when He stepped into memories you thought you had to face alone. God has been moving in the places you've been hurting silently, and He is not finished. Listen. There will come a day when you feel lighter for no dramatic reason, no sudden breakthrough, just healing. A day when your chest doesn't tighten as easily. A day when tears come, but they don't come from pain. They come from relief. A day when you realize God rebuilt the parts of you you thought were permanently damaged. A day when the silent tears that once broke you become the evidence that God held you, even when you didn't feel held. Psalm 30:5 reminds us, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." And your morning is not a time on a clock. It is a season God is leading you into. Listen. The tears you held back alone were never yours to carry alone. God has been holding the part of you that couldn't speak. The part of you that didn't know how to heal. The part of you that pretended to be okay. The part of you that broke quietly, in rooms where no one noticed. And now, God is bringing comfort to the places where your tears once hid. He is restoring calm where anxiety lived. He is restoring warmth where numbness settled. He is restoring strength where fear weakened you. He is restoring joy where sorrow had roots. He is restoring you from the inside out. Because God doesn't just see tears. He responds to them. And He is responding to yours. Even now, God saw every silent tear. He carried every hidden ache. And He is healing you gently, faithfully, deeply. If this message reached your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so this devotional can reach someone who is still holding back tears alone. And if you feel led, comment, "God saw my silent tears." May His peace find you today.